I'm a ninja. Yo, my life is like a video game. My main thing when I'm in the zone. One player, one life in the mark. Remember the dog.
Go ninja, go!
No fucking it down. I'm cutting down any one of my parts. Trying to fuck up my game with razor sharp political throw stars. Get my flow on horse.
So hello and welcome to another episode of Real Opinions. Today we are reviewing Chappie, Neil Blomkamp's latest film.
Basically, there's a guy called Dion, that's his name, who's really great at creating robots and stuff. And they create an entirely robotic police force for Johannesburg. And then he develops a new artificial intelligence system that he wants to put into them, but his boss, played by Sigourney Weaver, won't let him. So he takes like a destroyed robot and puts it in that, but then some gangsters, played by the rap trio, it's not a trio, is it? It's a duo. Antwoord, is that how you pronounce it?
I think so. We'll go with that.
It's South African. Yeah, that. They kidnap him and the robot, and the robot starts to develop its kind of personality around them, and hilarity and crime stuff ensues.
And Hugh Jackman.
And Hugh Jackman's in it.
And Hugh Jackman's kind of another
Jackman
robotic developer.
He does the audio commentary, doesn't he?
Yeah. He basically just describes exactly what he's doing at all times. He's like an ex-military man that works for the same weapons company as Dev Patel's Dion, and he doesn't like Dev Patel at all, and is basically just trying to stop everything from happening. Let's get started. James, what do you think?
I really liked it. I thought that the whole kind of thing was really good. I liked Chappie. I think Chappie was like the best bit about it, like the whole.
Chappie is adorable.
The robot, yeah.
Chappie's so adorable.
I didn't think that. I know that people were saying that the rap duo would be annoying, and I thought they were okay.
Yeah, they didn't annoy me nearly as much as I thought they would.
I enjoyed Chappie more than I was expecting because I didn't enjoy Elysium as much as I was expecting.
Sorry, if you're going to be doing this all the way through the review, it's Elysium.
Elysium.
Please,
Okay,
I can't.
cool. Is it Elysium?
Yeah, he's saying
I always call it Elysium.
Oh, okay, well.
You're saying it wrong.
Called it Elysium.
Wrong.
Elysium, Elysium.
No, I don't see a problem with Elysium.
Well, it's wrong. That's the problem.
Okay. So start yelling at the whole Tatooine thing.
Well, that was ridiculous. It's Tatooine. It's so well known.
Wait, what?
Well, you said Tatooine. You said Tatooine. Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. This dog has been like flogged enough. Okay.
What?
Stop! You mean
we did
dog?
Dead Horse.
Oh, shut up.
Fuck flogs dogs. Let's go back to what you were saying about Elysium, because I feel like there was a point that jumps off of that, and the fact that this feels like he's just going back over Elysium and District 9. Yeah. Like the whole setup, the whole idea of like the whole robots, humans thing. But that giant thing Hugh Jackman has is very similar to the one in District 9.
He's the RoboCop one.
Yeah.
It's actually based off the RoboCop one.
When they did
that's his favourite robot.
Yeah. So when they did that meeting where he's like selling them, I did half expect it to shoot someone because it's like the same scene for a second.
No, it's interesting the design work on it. That's one of the strongest points in my opinion. Yes. I like the design of the robot cops.
Definitely.
I like the design of the moose. The moose is quite interesting. He's talking about his method. He went for the really old school industrial light and magic method of cannibalizing kits of old models and like planes and stuff. Like they get, like Airfix kits. Cool. Yeah. And he took, the old RoboCop thing that's like his favorite robot design from 80s or whatever. And he wanted to emulate it.
A lot of critics have said that it's really kind of inconsistent because sometimes it feels like a child's film, and sometimes it feels like RoboCop and this ultra violent thing.
But I don't think it ever feels like a kid's film.
No, just because it's about a childish character does not mean just because he looks like Wall-E does not mean that it's like Short Circuit or Wall-E or anything.
It's like it might be like Wall-E, but they've thrown Wall-E into some severe distressing situations that kids would be terrified by.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have started comparing Neil Blomkamp now to M. Night. I can't say his name.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because, firstly, M. Night
Shyamalan.
Thank you. Disappeared entirely up his own arse as soon as he got praise, whereas Neil Blomkamp.
Sorry.
And that's how you disappear up an arse?
Actually completely disappearing into a black hole. Whereas Neil Blomkamp,
Neil
if his
Blomkamp's
films have
Elysium and Chappie are good films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if they're lesser, they're not self-important
Exactly.
in the same way.
Whereas
that
M.
those
Night
are.
literally just made shit. Like, The Happening is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
It's also one of the best. But this is like
From a very laughable point of view.
But this is what we were talking about, where that bit where he gets driven out into Johannesburg and he's beaten up and abused. We were saying like, I felt really bad there, but not because of what was happening in the film, but because Jack said, and this is sort of how I was feeling, that it was a bit like, I now feel like Neil Blomkamp has driven Chappie out into the waste, and critics have just been abusing him, and I felt really sad.
For the film.
I felt, but that
He's
is
growing up as a
beautiful.
director.
But that's actually how.
There's emotion there. There's real emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I personally have a lot of respect for Neil Blomkamp because he's very convicted in his vision, and I think he's very consistent in what he's putting out and like with what he's trying to
His
explore.
creativity, his designs,
yeah, exactly.
how retrofitted and cool looking they are.
And I think
Yeah.
Weapons.
And that's
everything
why
like that.
personally
Me-
I'm really excited for his
Alien 5.
Alien.
Yeah.
But I think me and you particularly should be really grateful for Neil Blomkamp because it's something that both of us complain about all the time. It's nice that he actually makes 15 rated action
Exactly.
films,
Yeah.
which is
Where
something
they're
that I would like
not
to
afraid to
encourage.
show someone being ripped in half.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
Because that's something we complain about all the time. So it's nice.
the
that-
Taken 3s of the world
Yeah.
ruin things.
So basically we got the duo Antwoord giving us a gangster 101 lesson through Chappie about how to be a gangster.
I
And
actually
there's one of my
thought it was
favourite.
funny.
I thought it was funny. Yeah, when he said, "So if you want to be cool, you gotta,
Yeah.
and
It's
do this."
been done so many times though.
But not with a robot.
Gangster robot. Yeah.
It's just
It's
so
grating at
tired.
times.
Like that
It's
montage where they
grating
were
all
putting
the
the
time.
bling on him and stuff. I actually quite liked
Where
that.
they like personalise
It's
them.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
great.
Because now I know how to be
It's
cool.
just. I found her all right. She was.
Oh, I thought
Like,
No,
when-
I thought
when-
she was.
she was worse.
I warmed to her over time.
But she
because
was a
so
nicer
nice to
character.
him.
She was a nicer
Yeah.
character, but she
But
was
he
worse
was
at
I didn't-
cop.
Her voice was
I
grating,
think I think
and,
it was.
like, her voice was grating. And I didn't like how quickly she became attached to Jack.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't. She
towards
was
the end,
like,
it was just
Yeah.
like very quickly. Like, yeah, I'm your mum. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
love
she's
you
a
more than I
female.
love
Yeah.
myself. No, what?
No, I did feel that was a little bit derogatory. That it just went straight into
Yeah, I'm mummy.
female
Yeah.
becomes mummy. Guy
She's the
becomes
only
the dad
female
that doesn't care. Or whatever.
Other than Sigourney Weaver, who doesn't really exist.
Apart from
She's
Great
the only
Balls
proper
in the
female in
boardroom.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think actually of the two, I quite liked it when Ninja was kind of bringing Chappie up like wrong. I think that was when they're strongest out of them. When he
Yeah,
was,
as soon as
when he was
you asked
used
to
as like a
sympathise with
device to
Yeah, when he was presented as a jackass, it was fine because he was a jackass.
Yeah.
But as soon as you were asked to sympathise with him, it was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what?
Oh my god!
No!
Yeah, one of my favourite shots to laugh at in the film was near the end when he makes a very heroic manoeuvre and he does this slow motion look to the camera.
You're right. That when he was being a dick, it worked. And
Yeah.
I felt angry. I was thinking like, oh, stop being a dick. You're
Yeah.
such a dick.
What
Whereas,
Sorry, I was just gonna say what. Keep saying it. What were you saying?
just
They're a
that
dick.
he
He's a
worked.
dick.
He worked when he was more of a bad guy.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
was a bad
Because-
guy, he was
But
good.
what annoyed me overall is the fact that they're even in it. Because
Yeah.
I think the story would have been so much better if it had revolved around people that weren't them.
I was-
Because they're not good.
Does
actors.
anyone actually know if that is all their music? Is all of that rap music?
Yeah.
Yes,
all
yeah,
this.
all those bits.
Even the
I
stuff
have
that plays over the
I
credits.
don't know. I
Yeah,
don't.
the
I don't know
credits
rap.
especially
Because there were
that, yeah.
raps in the middle of the
Yeah.
film that like they were playing from cars and stuff.
It's-
and
yeah,
they were
there was
talking
them.
about themselves.
Yeah,
There's
it's weird 'cause
whole-
they like
there's whole
play
shots.
themselves because
Yeah.
they are
They
Yolandi
play-
and Ninja.
Exactly, and there's whole they wear there's one bit where he's wearing a t-shirt with his own
With
face
his-
on it.
with- when
And
he-
I was
there's a
very
bit
co- I
towards the
didn't
end
really-
where the camera literally stops on the back of his t-shirt and it says Antwoord in
Yeah.
big letters and it just freeze frames it.
I
Yeah,
didn't actually.
when they-
I didn't know what they were called, and I didn't know what they sounded like. So all of that was that I was just confused. I
Yeah.
don't know rap music, Ben.
Another example of shameless self-promotion was from Sony themselves, where they go to pick up
We
weapons
have
from
to
an
be the
arms
product
dealer.
placement people every time.
No,
we
no,
do this
because
film.
because
This bothered
because
me.
okay, because they go and it's so forced again because they go get the explosives and then he's like, oh, can we have some loads as well? Which is like a stack of PS4s, and then they take
use
it
them to
back.
make a supercomputer.
And he uses them
Yeah.
to make a supercomputer. And then when he's building the consciousness transferring thing, there is a shot that is a dolly in on the PS4 stack.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And
I would
I just think
accept
you have
it
to
if
really
there wasn't
accept
a like.
product placement is a thing and
Surely,
just
yeah,
deal
but
with it.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
product
It's the-
placement
it's
is what gets these films
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I
If
can
they didn't do it, we
understand.
wouldn't
I'm
have
not
the film.
I get where
criticising
Chris is
it.
coming
I'm
from.
criticising how overt it was.
Yeah, I can understand
Yeah.
why they use Sony laptops. I'm not worried
Yeah,
about that.
exactly.
It's just the fact that they made a point of going, yes, I want loads of PS4s.
Yes.
PS4s are fucking amazing.
It literally,
Give me
because
all of
the
them.
idea is that he wants processing power, so he's got so many PS4s. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
if you want processing power,
They did
Buy a
want-
PS4.
Chappie
Yeah.
uses the PS4.
They actually did a publicity stunt with that with the PS3s in the past. They built a supercomputer by stacking together a load of PS3s. So,
So
it's something
hipster.
they've
okay.
done
All of you
before.
are so
Yeah.
hipstery, it hurts. Oh,
You're always
conversion.
criticising it.
Wait,
you,
well,
you had a
Transformers
big old
4
rant
was
about
different.
Transformers,
That was
about
different.
Budweiser, about
Beats Pill
Pizza Hut.
thing.
That
That
was
was
your
different.
thing.
You
You're
had a
angry
thing
about
about
us getting
Pizza
it.
Hut.
That
That was
thing.
different.
Stealing
That
the
was
one
different.
thing.
That was a 5-minute conversation about it. That was different.
This bit, they
This
literally
just doesn't
ask,
even-
like, they point towards the PS4s and they're like, I
And it
would like
lasts 2
PS4s,
seconds.
please.
It's like the
It's
final
2
bit of
seconds.
dialogue on that scene.
But
The
that's
script
just
would have
expensive
gone,
stuff.
and I'll have
Yeah,
those. And
it
then
makes
it's
sense,
cut.
doesn't it? It
Come
makes
on.
sense
Yeah.
in the scene. He would want one. It makes sense. Whereas the pizza thing is just ridiculous.
Still annoying.
I think you're just looking for things to be annoyed.
Me
at.
too.
I
I
think it's not
yeah.
as annoying as.
Slightly.
Whether you can get product placement.
Sound like a gremlin.
It's
Yeah,
minor.
please
It's like
cut
you
in
said.
with
You
the
just
product
try like with Transformers or with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a huge, unignorable chunk. Here, it's just a little thing that you're all going like, oh look.
I don't
something to
think it
hate.
is
It's
an
gonna be-
ignorable
It's
chunk.
one of those little. No, it's one of those little annoying things
No,
that
you,
chips
it's
away.
not a little. It isn't. It's a little annoying thing that you have all jumped on and go hate, because you need
We're
daily
not saying
feed on
It
hate.
was, we were pointing out as one little flaw in the film.
You heard? It was like a 3-minute conversation of how awful it was. Say more nice things. How good was Sharlto Copley?
He was amazing.
Thank you.
I love Sharlto Copley to pieces, and he's like the proper heart of the film.
Yeah.
And he's so adorable.
Okay, so do you want to go that way?
Yeah, should we
sure.
rate
As
it
is
then?
tradition.
Yeah.
Out of 10,
Out of 10.
I don't know, 7 maybe.
7? Fair enough. I'm gonna go with 6.
Ooh.
Just be. Oh no, maybe 7. I don't know. Like when I was watching it, there were parts of it that were really annoying me all the time.
Like what?
But like, no, just like every time.
I'm just curious. It wasn't a...
Whenever
I think
Ninja came on, I did get a bit annoyed. Like, because when it kind of moved away from the rappers for a bit, it got so good. And then when it went back to them, I was like, really, these guys again? And the dialogue is so shit towards the beginning.
Oh, one of the best dialogue
I think
things was when
dialogue got
Dev
worse.
Patel gets his no.
No.
He got an epic no, and
And
like,
like sometimes, like
Again,
literally,
you have to
someone.
accept that no is a thing that people sometimes
but
say when
so-
trying
no,
to
the
say
thing
no.
is-
no one in real life.
Sometimes
When
people
shit,
say no.
when shit goes down, no one goes no.
How do you know? Have you ever been in a gunfight? You might say no.
Well,
Sometimes
someone tells
people
lies.
say no.
Well, you can
I
laugh
think
at
the
me when
worst
that
one's like
happens.
huge.
But then when I think back, the action is so well shot. The special effects are so good, and Sharlto Copley is so good. I feel like I have to do it somewhere between a 6 and a 7. It's,
I'm wavering here. I'm probably gonna go with a 7 because 8 feels like too much. But I feel it deserves a little bit more than 7. And I know we don't do half ratings and stuff. But as I've already said,
Have we established
no,
that?
let's keep with sticks.
it just gets really specific.
Yeah, exactly.
7.89.
No, I'll go with a
That was it.
go with a 7 because it exceeded my expectations of it, and I like the design and stuff and Blomkamp. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going for 6 out of 10. So. Just
Surprise, surprise. You're gonna go with a 10 now.
I
Just to be
liked that.
controversial.
I was expecting a 4 or
Yeah,
a 3.
yeah.
The bits, the times I got angry at it weren't because it was bad, but it was because it could have been better.
It's the fact that they put so much detail in the design and the visual effects, and, stuff, and then they feel like the story doesn't matter as much as the
Exactly.
visual effects. Or
Yeah, I think it's like there's no major flaws. There are just lots of minor ones
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
accumulate
It adds
to
up,
spoil it. Like, well, not even spoil it because it's still a good film.
Just get on your
yeah,
nerves a
They
bit.
just
Yeah.
they just hold it back. I think. Yeah.
What was your rating? You're allowed to say.
Come on, we're not
Yeah,
going
I'll
to
go
start
eight,
saying-
I'll go
You can
8.
say it.
Hey,
eight.
you're
Eight.
wrong! Wrong, sir!
I think it's partly maybe less to do with the film and more to do with the fact that people have hated it has made me sort of want to go, leave it alone.
Go in the other, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leave it. I'm not being a contrarian. I just sort of want to
Whatever.
leave it alone.
Right, should we
We
end it
reacted
there?
to us talking about it more than we were talking about.
Yeah. Right, well that was our thoughts on Chappie. We'll see you next time. We've been the Real Opinions crew.
Bye.
Bye.